say, man, for those select few that are already initiated, you should already know what's coming next. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're gonna get to that other shit in a minute. But first, what I always try to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So you might as well just you might be thinking, what the fuck have I clicked on? What have I got myself into? You fucking with the right one. It's almost that time for you to just open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind one time. I ain't never on time, but my timing is immaculate. What's understood ain't gotta be explained. I'm that. Say, man. By the way, man, wherever he is, I want to give a shout out to the legend Prince. It's been 5 years today since he made his transition. And you notice I didn't say die, because that's just not possible. He ain't dead. Dead? If you ain't, he ain't. He's just different now. And when you can understand that, you can understand a lot of shit. You have a body. You are not your body. So it's time for us together to transcend. This shit plays out like it's scripted. But nah, man. It just comes out like I dream it, cause the way I seen it was so vivid. I'm gifted. What it was, y'all. Y'all know who it is. And if not, here I go. And y'all tuned in with priceless knowledge of self. And this right here, man, this ain't shit, bro. Some cosmic insight, y'all. And I hope everybody's feeling well, man. I hope everybody's chilled out. That's always all about at the beginning. If you ain't picked up on that, man, yeah, I'll be a little hype, but my hype is chill. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just how I get down. But what's beside the fact is, you know, I just want everybody to get on that right. Just clear your mind, man, and let me speak to you on a level, man. Because if you ain't figured it out yet by fooling with me, I'm a feelings person, you know. I'm a Venus person, yeah. And it goes deeper than the aesthetics. And so today, you know, we're going to talk a little something about those people that have Venus in the 11th house of their natal chart. Yeah. And before we actually get to that, if you don't know my style yet, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to bring y'all a little bit as to what Venus is in astrology. I'm going to give y'all a little bit about the energy behind it and how it might affect you. Then after that, I'm going to give y'all a little information on what the 11th house of the astrological chart is actually all about. Then after that, you know, we're going to bring it to a culmination. We're going to do like we do. And so, without wasting any more time, man, let's go ahead and get it cracking. So, you know, Venus is the second planet from the sun. You know, it's never more than 47 degrees away from the sun. It's feminine energetically, and it rules the sign of Taurus and Libra, as well as the second and the 7th house of the astrological chart, man. And, you know, for me, Venus is all about pleasure, especially pleasure that we get, you know, shared with somebody else in particular. And, you know, this planet concerns itself with love, romance, harmony, money, marriages, friendships, business partnerships, and beauty. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Venus is about spreading happiness and tenderness, and also at the same time teaching us to love and appreciate the things that we possess. Yeah. And, you know, it's also about the arts and each one of our individual sense of the aesthetic and what you find beautiful. I think this is beautiful. I think you're beautiful. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Venus really wants us to indulge our senses and revel in the beauty of the universe. And it's inextricably linked to refinement and culture and charm and grace. Like, that's for real, man. That's what Venus is all about, man. And, you know, this planet also kind of deals with the pleasures we derive from our possessions, y'all. And, you know, luxuries of all kind are pleasing to Venus. And its energy really asks us to appreciate the exquisite nature of things. And this is an extremely sensual, not necessarily sexual, but an extremely sensual energy, man. And, you know, y'all excuse me, my eyes are itching, my allergies are messing up. And, you know, when we're talking about the 11th house, the 11th house is ruled by the sign of Aquarius and, you know, the planets of Uranus and Saturn to a lesser degree. And, you know, it's here that we kind of find our goals and our objectives and, you know, our friendships. You know, the 11th is about our friends and any memberships to any, you know, certain groups or associations or gangs or cliques or any of that we might involved in. You know what I'm saying? The work in society represented in the 10th is released through the unique individual doing the activities and exhibiting the energies of whatever planets show up in the 11th house. The 11th house is also about your gains, and a lot of people don't speak on that. The second house is about your possessions, you know, what you're maintaining. You know what I'm saying? The 11th house is about what you're making, okay? And, you know, what comes from that 10th house. And so when we're talking about having Venus in the 11th house, you know, for me, the most important thing to know about individuals with this placement is that, you know, these are social creatures. Hands out. This is not an introvert who pretty much need variety in their lives at all times, man. They value all kinds of relationships and affiliations, man. And this placement can also make them loved in the groups and social circles that they belong to a lot, man. And in some cases, they might even meet their partner in these groups or in these, you know, little circles, or their partner was their friend. You know what I'm saying? You know, before they were their lover, at least. All kinds of shit here, man. And, you know, one way I also see this is, you know, that the 11th house natives, you know, 11th house Venus natives, pardon me, you know, they're always on the lookout for new and interesting friends because they have this inherent curiosity that just don't fucking quit. You understand? And, you know, they're kind of, you know, the type that would tend to impulsively associate themselves with different individuals, sometimes, without regard to the implications of what their actions, might have for all of them. You know what I'm saying? They might, just be down because this is somebody that just, down for my niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of how it goes with this one, man. And even besides that, man, at the same time, they might also be the type that when I see this, I see that they could get a lot of financial gains and a lot of capital connections, from the many little groups and cliques that they might be involved in. So there's that, you know what I'm saying? And they're also very diplomatic people, man, that usually get along with everybody. But sometimes, they kind of make that crucial fucking mistake of confusing love with platonic connections. And, that's because they really crave a fucking lover who is, also their friend in that station. And if they can just find that, this is actually an awesome placement for something long lasting because they share the same goals and the same visions for life. But, finding that is a whole battle in itself. You know what I'm saying? And then when you think about it, when your lover is your friend, like, that's cool. But, let's make sure that there's intimacy. And Venus in the 11th house, they often are the type that would attract people with their intelligence. A mental connection is of the utmost importance to them. And they kind of, pretty much want somebody that can keep up with them mentally and, that thinks in a similar way that they do. But, this says that you're also that I could see that, their lover is their friend, or even, you might have met your lover through your friends or at a party. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm seeing with this when I see Venus in the 11th. But really more than anything else, man, they just want somebody that they can kick it with. And that's much more important than somebody that's, has this dynamic sexual, physical intensity. And, a lot of people, hey, that's what works, because if you can find that, like I said, that's what's going to be long lasting, and some short physical shit when that physical shit, might tone down a little bit or fade or get a little, stagnant. And on another note, when I see Venus placed here in the natal chart, the social life really becomes of the utmost importance too. And these folks need to be around other people and making new friends and, being a part of something bigger, man. And they seriously enjoy and excel at, socializing. And they also usually have a fucking gang load of friends. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say that these friends that they have, they probably often help them get ahead or stay afloat in both professional and their private lives, man. So that's definitely what's up, man. They got their friends in their corner. And, there seems like there's always somebody around who could show them a new opportunity or, help them connect with somebody else that's willing to help them out, man. And hey, that's cool, man. Like I said, this placement for me, when I say it, there's a key term that comes to mind with me. When I see Venus in the 11th house, the same with Jupiter in the 11th house, I'm seeing capital connections. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that says to me, man. Capital connections, man. Real talk, man. And, I could also say that this is an excellent placement, man, when it comes to finances, man. And that's some more news you can lose. Venus does represent money, which we talked about in the 11th house. This is your gain. So this is showing you, the universe is showing you some love right here, man. And, Venus in the 11th house, people probably have any multitude of interests, but, they may also enjoy it a lot more when they do it with the group than by themselves, man. That's just how they are, man. This is not somebody that really enjoys doing it by themselves all the time, man. And, so they're pretty much often a lot of part of these societies and groups and cliques and organizations, and, what I'm saying? When you think about it, when they're in school, these are motherfuckers that are in every club, man. And that's cool, and they stayed active. They stayed a part of everything. And they also stayed true to everything there because they felt passionately. When I see Venus here, that's also letting me know that they felt passionately and had a love for these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to fuck with people that, are connected by a common goal or a hobby. So no matter what, if it's a motherfucking group of cat lovers, if it's for the elderly people, nurturers for the elderly people, or a motherfucking Bad Bunny fan club, you know what I'm saying? They thoroughly enjoy being a part of whatever they're a part of. You know what I'm saying? And look, y'all, this one isn't really terribly complicated, for me to tell you the truth, man. They have a big circle of friends, and, they're inherently talented at socializing, and they're attractive to people, and motherfuckers, kind of come to them, without them having to do much, at all. And they just got it like that. And their friends are often, more females than they are men. And, they're probably, pardon me, if they're males, they probably have a lot more female friends. And if they're females, they probably have a lot more friends that are males, man. And, that's interesting. And that adds to a whole nother dynamic with Venus sitting there, man, because that always gets interesting. And, they're typically really smart people with big dreams, and, they like to question how things run and wonder if there's a really better way to do it, And, as I was alluding to earlier, these are those motherfuckers with capital connections. Capital connections, y'all. They're masters at networking that also love to volunteer, man, which is also an excellent way to meet new friends and meet new connections. And, and they really do. These are people this is a delightful placement, because these are people that care about making the world a better place. Because, with this placement, it also manifests in a person that has extremely strong humanitarian ideals. I've seen that in a lot of the majority of the charts that I do, that I see Venus in the 11th house. And, to sum it up though, man, Venus in the 11th is an open-minded and, tolerant person, man. And this is an individual with, more modern views as opposed to a traditional value system. Just to keep that in mind. And the 11th house is the house of ideas. And, Venus here suggests that they have a fucking boatload of them. Sometimes, even too many. If there's a such thing, man. And if there's a lack of earth in their chart, man, let me say that, it might just happen that this is somebody that could lose touch with reality, whatever that is. But just remember, just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. It does not matter where Venus is in your chart. It don't matter where Neptune is in your chart, where Uranus is, where the moon is. Just because you're built like that, it doesn't mean you have to build like that, man. We all have all this energy available to us. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. And as long as you can keep that in mind, I swear to God, you'll be all right. Okay? Hey, man. I appreciate all the love and support, man. For all of y'all that deal with me and my goofiness and me playing and, me lollygagging and having to get in the zone. It's okay, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all please like, share, and subscribe, man. Hit that bell icon so you get notified when I drop some new shit, man. If you're interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below, or you can email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com, okay? And at the same time, y'all just keep it true till y'all see me again in a minute. We're going to go to the opposite end of the spectrum this time with a little something about those people that have Venus in the 5th house of their natal chart. It's going to get fun. So, y'all stay tuned in.